Hello, I am on the phone with Eric Howe, aka DJ Inferno. How's it going,
Yes,
Eric?
how's it going? It's going great.
Good, good, good. Now I hear that you're
Yeah.
going to be at Diesel in Pittsburgh on Friday. How long will your set be, and what can fans expect for the show?
It's about 2 hours long, and it's a pretty intense set of just mixing. You know what I mean? Like basically what I do at the clubs is I just try to mix up all the it doesn't matter what type of music it is. It could be house, it could be hip hop, it could be rock, it could be 80s, 70s, 90s hip hop. It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of being able to kind of flow through the music and take the crowd on a little musical journey. That's actually one thing that I kind of pride myself on, is being able to kind of move between the genres and keep everybody on the dance floor happy.
Yeah, that sounds good, and it makes sense too. Now, you recently did Madonna's Sticky and Sweet tour, and I know you're going back on tour. What was it
Yes.
like to work with a megastar like Madonna? And I understand you came up with some arrangements for her as well. What was that like?
Yeah, that was a whole thing in itself that I didn't even expect to do. When I first came in, I mean, I was, naturally, I'd never worked with an artist before. I'd just done my solo stuff, worked at the clubs, done my live remix project, and kind of performed out on my own. But I'd never performed with an artist. So to come in and work with the biggest, probably the biggest pop star in the world. I mean, definitely the biggest pop star in the world right now, if not ever. There's times where I was actually more nervous at the beginning, in a small, not a small, a relatively small, rehearsal space, working with just Madonna,
Hmm.
musical director, the rest of the band. There's only five of us there and the backup singers. Not too many people in the room. I was probably more nervous at the beginning, about a year ago when we first went on tour, or first started rehearsing, than I was for the first show where we had 50,000 people. Getting in front, literally of 50,000 people. And even during the show, I have a solo where I'm literally the only, for a short period of time, I'm actually the only person, at the front of the stage, and I get, a little DJ solo where I kind of cut it up, and then she kind of comes up through through the bottom of the stage, and then jumps rope over to me, and she gets on my DJ riser and dances with me. We have like upper body choreography. It's like it's pretty. It was pretty intense situation, and not even being nervous, for that, just being excited, and it's kind of funny how that worked out.
Right. Now, what's your relationship like with Madonna? Did you hang out with her after the shows?
It was professional. I mean, as you would expect.
Hmm.
We saw Madonna. I saw Madonna every day, almost every day for 8 months. And it's not like we ended up hanging out afterwards and chilling out and stuff like that. But we would see each other for hours on end throughout the day during work, and when we had the shows, we would see each other beforehand at sound check, and occasionally we would all kind of hang out afterwards. It's
Okay.
more of a professional relationship. Yep.
Makes sense. Okay. Now, I saw a flyer for the Diesel show in Pittsburgh. It's very cool. And it says you're a U.S. Championship DJ. And I know you've won a lot of awards internationally as well. How does one win those awards?
There's competition for everything basically. There is a competition for DJing that's considered like the Olympics of
Hmm.
of competitions. So
Cool.
it's a worldwide competition, and in order to, the goal is to win the world. To be the best in the world. Well, in order to get to that point, you have to win your country. So, and then to win your country, you obviously have to win a regional competition. So it's kind of a tiered thing where you enter a regional battle. If you make it past that, you go to the nationals. Which is the U.S. finals, which is what I did in 2003, and well, I did in 2002 as well, but I didn't even come close to winning that year. But 2003, got to the U.S. finals, and then I won. So I got to represent my country in the world, and I got second that year, which I thought was pretty good.
Wow,
So
impressive. Well,
very,
congratulations to you.
yeah,
I
yeah.
read that you graduated from college and worked as an IT professional and then DJ'd on the side. A lot of people DJ on the side, but you've made now a career of it. What do you think separated you from the rest?
I think in order to do it this long, I've been doing it since I was 16 years old. This is I'm going on 18 years as a DJ. I mean, you might not be able to tell by looking at me, but you have to really love what you do to do anything for that long. And it's an awesome job. You know what I mean? Like getting in front of a crowd and being able to control the music and having everybody around you be happy, with what you're doing. It's like that's really what it comes down to. So you have to be happy with what you do. Number one, to keep doing it, and then number two, Well, number two, you have to be good at it. But I guess you'd say that number three, in order to keep doing it this long, you have to have an idea for the way the business works. You need to be familiar with how to, deal with people in the business and basically be a professional. Treat it like a job. Like maybe 8 years ago, if you asked me if I would quit my day job, I say, no way. Like I can't see myself doing this full time. I don't know if, I don't know where it's going to go. If this is something longevity wise that can be sustained. But I mean, I haven't looked back. I quit my day job in 2004, and I haven't looked back, and I'm not looking back like ever.
Well, good for you. Good for you. Now, I hear that you're very popular on the party scene and DJ for some celebrity parties. Can you tell us some of the parties you've DJ'd for and who are some of your biggest celebrity fans?
Yeah, I mean, I can. Well, I'll say the biggest one that I DJ'd for was Madonna's 50th birthday party
Wow.
in London, and that was this past year. And the funny thing is, and I'm not going to say I play for celebrities every single weekend. That happens every once in a while, but that particular gig was another, that was another kind of like milestone where I could say, hey, that's something really cool that I did.
Well, good
Yep.
for you. Congratulations. Thanks for
Well,
taking the time to chat with us.
you're welcome. You're very welcome.
And have a great time at Diesel on Friday.
Great. Thanks.